Okay, so today I had to share this story. Today was rather interesting. Okay, first things first, I haven't been able to work out, or I haven't been able to. I haven't worked out in the last like 4 days because my month kicked in on a Friday. I felt super sluggish the whole week, and then yesterday was my day off, so I was just taking that as a lazy day. And then today was more of like my productive day where I was kind of like doing stuff around the house, cooking, cleaning, and I had to go quick and do some grocery shopping. And today I was like, okay, you know what? Today's the day that I'm going to get my kind of like a not necessarily a Samsung watch or a Apple Watch or uh any of those. It's just a cheap like 40, I think $40, $45 watch. It meets my needs. I didn't need nothing too complicated. I used to have an Apple Watch and I actually did like it a lot. And at the same time, I hated it because there are moments where I don't wear watches. You never see me wear a watch. I tend to take off my watch and forget that I own a watch. So it'll just sit there. Since I've been working out, I wanted to start keeping track of like my movements and like everything so I can like monitor as to how everything's going and everything. So I wanted one for a while. So I finally purchased one. And I was walking around the store to kind of get some other stuff. And in Walmart, they have like a section where it's just all Sonic stuff. So I saw like two boxes of these bad boys, these Sonic plushies. I've been wanting to get one for a while. So I finally got one. So now I can add it to the collection. I don't know where yet, but he's probably in the second shelf. And I'm just kind of like thinking, I know there's a shadow one, but I'm like, why is there no? Oh, wait, that's right. Sonic is popular, but Shadow has a bigger fan base apparently. So, and I'm like, duh, when they introduced him in Sonic 2, Sonic Adventures 2 for the Dreamcast era, he became super popular. So I'm like, shit, okay, forget it. So I put my little Sonic plushie. I said, well, I'll still get Sonic. I still love Sonic. Sonic's near and dear to me. I used to have a plushie that was kind of like this when I was a kid back in the 90s. Um, Side story real quick. Back in the 90s, I was probably in like second or third grade. And Denny's had this big promo for Sonic Underground. It was a TV series that was kind of like a continuation from this first one of Sonic Adventures that came out, I think late 80s, early 90s. So it was amazing. I loved it as a kid, and it had a lot of great voice actors. Like I want to say his name wrong, but is Jamala White, who is Steve Urkel. And early seasons, it had Jim Cummings as Robotnik. So I loved the series as a kid growing up with that. So when they came up with a spin-off called Sonic Underground where it introduced like a couple new characters, Sonic will obviously be the main face of it, but his brother and sister, Manic and Sonia, voiced by the same person who provided the voice for Sonic, they had this old promo at Denny's. So I purchased a Sonic plushie. And I was super excited. I took it to school. I had it in my backpack. Apparently somebody went into my backpack when I went, to the bathroom. And when I went into my backpack later on at the end of the day to kind of like play with my plushie, it was gone. So I was extremely devastated. I'm thinking that I probably had left it somewhere or just I don't know what happened, but somebody had gone through my backpack and took my plushie and I never saw it again. I have a feeling who it was because there were some people I was around that I had left my backpack in front of, and they probably went through it. And kids are just, and I'm one of them. Kids are just complete pricks. They're gonna take what they want, and this person, whoever it was, I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it when you had it. Um, Screw you. And this was a Catholic school I went to, mind you, and so they're really against like stealing and all that. I did tell the teacher, and they tried everything to find it. They could not find it, and never got it back. So during my healing process, I had purchased the plushie of Sonic down there first, and then this one I found at a Goodwill. So when I saw this was about the size of the plushie that I had when I was a kid. So I was just like, you know what, let's just buy it today. They might sell out. It was like 2 boxes full of Sonic. So I was just like, let's just grab them while we still have them. And just put them in the cart. So I went back to electronics. I had to go purchase my watch over at electronics and all that. And lo and behold, when I looked on the counter, I was like, get the out of here. Are you serious? So backtrack. They had a combination of Sonic and Shadow plushies. And there was no Shadow plushies whatsoever. It was just all Sonic plushies. So I'm thinking like maybe if I find like, I don't know, like a Tails or a Knuckles or even a Robotnik, because it's not the movie version of Robotnik, it's the game version of Robotnik. I wouldn't mind as long as I have my boy here. So when I looked on the counter, lo and behold, I found a Shadow plushie. I'm like combining Sonic and Shadow's names together. I found a Shadow plushie. So in my head, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, somebody thought that they can just leave this here, thinking, who's going to take it? No one's going to take it. They'll just assume that I will just be right back to come and purchase this plushie. Little do they know when it comes to me, and if I want something and I see it just out in the open, no one's claiming it whatsoever. It's not behind the counter. It is on top of the counter, just like left right there. And I'm like, I'm just gonna take it and purchase it myself, because if you did not purchase then and there or did not have it in your cart, it's up for grabs at this point. So sure enough, I was just like, at this point, I don't care if some child comes back later on seeing that Shadow is gone and they see this years later or even tomorrow and be like, yo, that's the bitch that took my No, you don't even know if it was me. You could be like, yeah, I left it there, but you don't know what time of day. But I saw him and I was just like, oh my God, he has to be like the last one here in the store, because I have not seen any Shadow plushies when I was walking around the first couple times. So I purchased them. I threw them in the cart, put them in a bag, paid for him and everything. So now I have both Sonic and Shadow, and I'm super excited about this because I am excited for the third film that's coming out in a couple days, actually. I'm actually planning to see it on Thursday. So I will most likely jump on a Friday, if not Monday, to live stream and talk about it with you guys. I'm still trying to figure out like the whole situation of trying to bring in people without having to like really bring in people, of like using other platforms. I could use Discord. I can use Discord. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna experiment with that one. But yeah, I got Sonic and Shadow. So now we're gonna make a home right there on the shelf and all that. So yeah, I was also looking at mics too today. I really wanted to change up my mic. I was looking at one that I do not remember the name, but it was like $150. So I was just like, But the layout pretty soon is probably gonna end up changing, because I have finally figured out the situation with like how I wanted the L-shaped desk for a very long time. Um, Out the window. That is out the window. That is no longer gonna happen. I'm actually gonna do something a little bit more different. So now I'm just trying to figure out if it's gonna work. Well, I mean, it's gonna work. I just got to figure out like the layout, because like I said in the very beginning, I have been working out and I have my treadmill in my office. So I have no problem moving my treadmill somewhere else for the time being and just working out there, like in either in my living room or even my garage or even my bedroom. It's like I'll figure it out. I can still work out here. I think about it. But it's just that I want to kind of reduce the amount of clutter. And I mean like clutter as in wires that I don't see them, but I know that they're there. And on top of that, I'm gonna get mounts for my monitors, and finally, hopefully, like either before the end of this year or into the new year, finally get at least one of my monitors that I've been wanting to get. So I have 3 different monitors, including a small like tablet. Even though I have one for my personal use, but I did find a touchscreen tablet that was also there in like the mix. So I'm just like, this is gonna be working out for me. So, and yeah, I finally officially decided to start working and adding more stuff to my computer. So that's going to be something that I'm going to be working on and filming with you guys. So you'll see more of that. But yeah, I gotta like take that off real quick. I actually like this watch so much because now I can actually like uh look at whenever I get a little notification and be like, oh yes, that's so interesting. Yes, and then just like click. But yeah, like I had to share that story with the whole Sonic story adventure of mine and all that good stuff. But yeah, I will catch you guys next time. I will come back and play video games a little bit shortly or soon. But yeah, I love you guys. I'm gonna go take a shower because I have to go wash my hair because it's disgusting right now and all that good stuff. So bye. Love you guys. Also, thank you to everyone that has been subscribing to my channel. I do apologize for the slow flow of videos. Like there'll be weeks where I'll be like back to back and then weeks where I'm not. I'm trying to pick up a consistent pattern and just go with the flow of everything. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm getting tongue tied. Please do so. I'm trying to at least get 200. It's like a small little goal of mine just to get 200 followers on my YouTube channel and just keep growing from there. But thank you for those who have been kind of like sticking around or have been watching my stuff. I will be playing different games pretty soon, so don't worry. We're not going to be playing the same Fallout game over and over again. So, anyway, bye.